Yeah, something from Stella Dugan. It says, lead me, guide me, because you are my helper. And wherever you are this morning, I know God is your helper. Once again, welcome to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 5 minutes past the top of the hour. The Monday edition of the morning show. Let's take a commercial break, and once we come back, we'll be having Miss Olayomi Koiki joining in. Stay tuned and don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Hrh from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 07497377647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do that?
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness of darkness.
So what did that?
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on the CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy. Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 9 minutes past the top of the hour. I think we have Mr. Olayomi Koiki. I don't know whether his video is frozen or... Let's see. Yomi, good morning to you. Okay, I think he's still getting himself together there. So let's wait for him. But as I said, some of the stories that is put across that we're going to be looking at this morning is quite an interesting one. It's quite an interesting one there. The blast that took place that has happened in Imo, security agents beginning to search for illegal refineries. So can there be illegal refineries that have not got? So how are they doing that? How are they operating that? It's quite an interesting turn of events there. But let's see. Okay. Mr. Olayomi Koiki is getting himself ready, and once we have him, he'll be looking into that. And then uncertainty trails Jonathan's candidacy. Does Jonathan want to go for a second term? That is some questions that others are asking. But what is your take? Let me say a special good morning to Amaya Jerigene. Amaya, I hope you are doing very, very, very well. And thank you once again for tuning in to listen to us. 10 minutes past 11 the time. Starr Radio UK. Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Yomi, you've not gotten your glasses, so please get your glasses. Have you got your reading glasses yet? Yeah, I want to make sure that it's all set for you. So he's getting his reading glasses. Yes, he's on now. And let me say a massive good morning to you, Mr. Olayomi Koiki.
Well, it is a very good morning to you back here in North London. Sorry for the slight delay, and I hope you can hear me loud and clear back in the studio.
Yes, loud and clear. How are you doing, sir?
Well, very good, and it's good to be back again with all our listeners and viewers from around the globe. And we say good morning to the 25th of April 2022. And we welcome you again to Starr Radio UK Morning Show.
Yes. Let me first of all ask how your weekend was.
Well, the weekend was a very long one. We had a very beautiful one. But as we were just, hoping that as weekend we go, again, the breaking news of one of the most oldest monarch in the Yoruba land died, and it was a very sad one because quite a lot of us that have known this particular individual for a very long time, he's been there for, like I said, more than 5 decades. He's just celebrated his 50 years anniversary on the throne, but unfortunately he passed on over the weekend. I'll be giving all the details, but apart from that, the weekend was very busy, tight schedule with quite a lot of activities as well. But the most important thing is we are back again on Starr Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Yes, listeners, Mr. Olayomi Koiki in our North London studios. I'm Archie here in the South studios, and we are bringing you updates from Nigeria. Now, let's quickly just crack on. Now, when it comes to this explosion that has taken place in Imo State, where they said it's due to illegal operation of refineries. Now, how many illegal refineries do they have in Nigeria? I mean, let's say from the top of your head, is it? I mean, quite call it a norm available wherever you go. Do we seem to have something of the sort happening?
Well, it's not the first time that we've seen illegal refinery across Nigeria, but the one that occurred this weekend, where literally over 100 people were killed, went around the globe. It was reported almost, all the news outlets around the globe. What is the cause and the reason for, illegal refinery that we probably call illegal bunker in the first place? It is because of the negligence of a country for 61 years, where crude oil has been found in so many community. Even sometimes we've seen people that have literally just one way or the other realize that they have these dark oil coming out from their backyard, they've literally concealed it, and they were literally taking it out slowly and we're selling it in the black market. And the whole reason is because of the poverty, the ignorant, the not understanding, the consequence of trying to tap into this kind of resources that could also create havoc to millions of people and lives. It's just the same thing. Last week we saw a petrol tank with about 44,000 liters of PMS, known as petrol, driving through Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. There was a fall on the tank. People were trying to scoop it, not minding the consequence, the danger of that, and eventually led to, explosion that led to the death. These illegal bunkering are all happening mostly in the southeast of Nigeria, but likewise, like I said, we've seen people that have been able to tap into that. In Lagos State, there was an explosion in Lagos a couple of times, last year that led to death of people, innocent lives, but they at least 100 persons were feared dead as fire raised an illegal crude oil refinery site at Aba's Forest in Hoji Bame local government area of Imo State.
Wow, that's quite a very, very sad story there. But Amayo has said that from reliable sources reveals, okay, that is, we'll come to that one, but let me read this one. It's illegal refineries are owned by the influentials in Nigeria. How true is that?
Well, illegal refinery it has always been, it is, like I said, it is not allowed, but like I said, what are the reasons is what we should also ask, that an individual or groups of people will want to steal something that should have been available for everybody if it was being used judiciary for the people in the first place. And that also goes back to, the so many reasons why those that are now asking, I was listening to a senior advocate of Nigeria, talking about, we should be going for interim government, where, the constitution has not been the will of the people. And the question again is, has the will of the people been justified in Nigeria for the last 61 years that could lead to illegal bunkering across the country?
Well, listeners, a sad one there, but it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. We're bringing you a lot more from that as the story goes on. But security agents are beginning to search for the illegal refineries in those areas. A quick one from there again was, now you know that the lands where this oil, this crude oil are being refined or whatever that they have, there could be lands that belong to individuals. Okay, but if you look at the way government is treating inhabitants of these areas where they are thinking that you are destroying our lands or you are using or siphoning the oil and everything from those lands that belong to us that we could have used for farming or etc., but we are not earning or getting enough there, don't you know that is what is causing them to go on that path?
Well, it's just, again, like we've said, why could anyone want to have an illegal refinery operating, when, it could have been a benefit to everybody in the first instance? Let's go back to Ken Saro-Wiwa. We all remember Ken Saro-Wiwa, was an environmental activist that was eventually killed, by the late Sani Abacha, the dictator himself. Ken Saro-Wiwa was born on the 10th of October 1944 in Bori, in Nigeria. He died on the 10th of November 1995 in Port Harcourt. What was the reason why Ken Saro-Wiwa was a member of the Ogoni people, an ethnic minority in Nigeria, whose homeland, Ogoni in Niger Delta, which has been target for the crude oil? And that led to, a lot of, activities where it was eventually, there wasn't any conviction. It was crying for the total environmental damage in their community, and yet the government refused, to do the needful. The government refused to put the structure in place, and eventually led to, they lost the loss of lives of Ken Saro-Wiwa himself. And let's fast forward. Ken Saro-Wiwa, like I said, died in 1995. That is almost about almost 3 decades ago. Nothing has literally changed in those communities where the refinery are found. If a refinery is found on your land because it has to be there, because of the natural resources, then the government also needs to compensate. That also takes us to, the NDDC that we've talked about. The NDDC, in Nigeria, that is also meant to be, a kind of a board, that was set up to offer a lasting solution to the social economic difficulty of the Niger Delta region. But as we know, it is all the illusion and the mirage that millions of Nigerians are waiting for. And you ask yourself, after 6 decades of an independent today, 6th largest crude oil producer, Nigeria still remains the capital poverty of the world.
Well, listeners,
if you just give me maybe 30 seconds, it looks like our audio transmission might probably not be getting an audio, but I'm not sure. Let me just check it properly. Okay,
whilst Mr. Olayomi Koiki fixes that. Now, what do you think about that? 30 years on after the death of Ken Saro-Wiwa and the formation...
that are probably not picking it. There's audio on it. Yeah.
Okay. Ken Saro-Wiwa, the death of the death of Ken Saro-Wiwa and everything that has gone on, the cries of people in the Delta area. Do you think the right thing has been done, or right measures have been put in place? Because we want to go for another election. People are saying that, well, when it comes to the constitution, it's absolutely a military resolution of the sort, and therefore they think that it's not something that they will have to go for election based on that. Some are calling for it to be rewritten. But what do you think about all that? But Amayo says, from reliable source reveals that the northern cabals are planning to fail Jonathan to win 2023 election. Complete 4 years, then the Fulani will take over from 2027 for another 8 years. Now, information coming through earlier on from Yomi was saying that the 2023 uncertainty trails Jonathan's candidacy in APC. What is all that about, sir?
Well, over the weekend, we saw, youths, visiting, the office, not over the weekend, I guess it was just about, weekend when the youths, all went rally around, to ask, the former president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, to come back, and become, the president. So he hasn't declared yet. He hasn't made any intention yet, but there is a lot of maybe evidence that at some point he might. On what political party we know currently is a member of the PDP. He hasn't made any intention to cross over, but for now, there is consultation, the former president Goodluck Jonathan and some members of the APC for Jonathan to emerge as the presidential candidate has been rejected already by some hot groups working for some other presidential aspirant. Groups loyal to presidential aspirants of the APC national leader and the former governor, Archie Tinubu, and the vice president that are already indicate that they want to be the president. Should Jonathan then be joining APC, there will be a lot of pressure for those, and that is why it has been gathered that as well, those who were behind the plot are some members of the National Working Committee of the party fear it might not sail through. So we'll have to wait and see what decision comes out of, Jonathan declaration or not. It's just a matter of time because, as we know, I think the primaries for the APC will be coming up next month. That means he only has less than 4 weeks to determine whether it will be crossing over to APC or it will be contesting under PDP, where we have a lot of candidates under that PDP. Atiku is already put indication, so as many others that are already saying they want to become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023.
But when we look at the record of Jonathan, what do you think is his chances? Do they prefer him? Maybe he didn't get things right in his first term, okay? But maybe he's likable, and people think that maybe he's got something else that Buhari might not have, or it will cut across the whole nation. Do you think that is what they are looking at the moment?
Well, yes, Jonathan has his own opportunity. It was a governor that, it was a deputy governor that led to being a governor, and then he was brought in, to become, the vice, and then end up becoming, the president himself. We could say he was one out of so many Nigerians that have been so lucky, to be in that position. What is eye mark, for being, that opportunity while he was there. During his time, there was a lot of misappropriation of money, just as we have it right now in this present government. Do we see him coming back? That is also subject to those that are also saying that we will not go into any election should anything happen, because of a lot of issues that is on the ground. So as it is right now, yes, there are a lot of individuals, Nigerians, that would prefer to have him back, just as there are other Nigerians that prefer other candidates, just as other Nigerians that are now saying, are we really Nigerians? We were a kingdom before the amalgamation, and it is time now to de-amalgamate.
Well, listen, this is Starr Radio UK. Updates from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Wherever you are, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. Before we go back to Yomi, now, some conspiracy theories are of the view, which Amayo is trying to put across, saying that either Jonathan is fielded in APC or PDP, they will make sure he wins for Fulani to come back in 2027. And it goes on further to say Nigerian political system is structured for the few, not the many. Nigeria operates feudalism. It's not just federalism. It's a feudalism, not federalism. And that is a system of government in which the same territory is controlled by two levels of government, state and national government. It devolved legal, economic, and military powers to the state. That is in America. But when it comes to feudalism was a system in which people were given land and protection by people of higher rank, that's presidency, and work and fought for them in return. It centralized legal, economic, and military, the center to the center. With this, what system does Nigeria actually practice? It looks like it's not federalism. It's feudalism. What do you think about that? Let's go back to Yomi for some of the other stories making the rounds. Over to you, Yomi.
Well, like I said, quite a lot is happening. And yes, we haven't got a lot of time this morning, but we will touch on so many of those news, that occurred over the weekend. I'm just literally trying to see if we can bring in, the background of the royal family. I mean, one of our monarchs that died over the weekend, but it seems that is not coming up. We'll probably see if we can still bring that while we continue with the update this morning. Let's go straight to it. Olamilekàn Adeyemi, things to know about boxers who became the longest reign Aláàfin. As we know, he died over the weekend. The Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, Olamilekàn Adeyemi, passed on at the age of 83 years old on Friday night, stroke Saturday morning. The king died at Afe Babalola University Teaching Hospital in Ado-Ekiti. It's going to be a lot of happenings as well in Ado-Ekiti because the court case for the constitution will be held at that particular part in Ado-Ekiti on the 28th in about 3 days. He ruled for 52 years before he's diminished, making him the longest reign Aláàfin, in the country. As we know, Aláàfin Adeyemi was born Lamidi Olaiwola Atonda Adeyemi on October 15, 1938, into the Alowodu royal house of the famous Oyo town. In his younger age, Aláàfin was a lover of boxing. The monarch was a boxer, but had to retire due to his coronation. He became the Aláàfin of Oyo on the November 18, 1917, succeeding Oba Gbadegesin Ladigbolu I during the governorship of the Colonel Robert Adeyinka Adebayo. Just after the Civil War, it was popularly known as Iku Babayeye, and we say, may his soul rest in perfect peace. We go straight to some of the other headlines coming out of Nigeria this morning. Kaduna bandits adopted a lecturer and a daughter, and they're now demanding 100 million naira. Again, part of the other headline, why police commission may withhold Magu's retirement benefit, is coming from the headline as well. Lagos traders protest over 600 million naira loss to Ponzi scheme. quite a lot of that does happen, and you wonder how gullible some are still falling to some of these Ponzi that have created a lot of problem for a lot of people. OAU student court goes into short adjournment over defendant ill health. Just in as well, NDLA arrests drug baron behind the 3 billion tramadol link to Abba Kyrie's team. I'm going to come back again to you in the studio because of time constraint. It's exactly 11:29, but these are some of the headlines coming out of Nigeria at this particular hour today, the 25th of April, 2022 at exactly 11:29. Starr Radio UK, it is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Yes, listeners, the morning show update from Nigeria with Mr. Olayomi Koiki. I'm Archie in our South London studios. Now, let's say our condolences to the family of the Obalamide Alafi of Oyo, the late. May his soul rest in perfect peace. Let me say good morning also to Anthony Adedeji. Okay, now let's quickly move on to the Ponzi scheme that you were talking about. Just a quick one from what kind of schemes have they been involved in?
Well, let's take a look at that particular story. There's about 600 million naira has been lost, to a lot of Nigerians. A businesswoman, Chinere Emeka, has been accused of defrauding traders and market women of over 600 million naira in Lagos. The women use a company, Family Food Support Association, to gather unsuspecting members of the public, including petty traders, to part away with 9,000 naira every month to get a higher return for their investment. The victims were said to have been promised a return of 200,000 naira to 90,000 worth of foodstuff after 9 months of investment in the association scheme. However, for proper coordination, the businesswoman reportedly created about 39 groups headed by independent leader under the association. People from different parts of the country who invested in the scheme were reportedly divided into the group. Things, however, took another turn when Emeka Atu started defaulting in payment of the promised money, donation of food items to those who invest in the scheme. The situation was said to have created uproar as some of the aggrieved victims reported the matter to the police before Emeka was.
Well, listeners, quite a sad one there. People losing their monies. I mean, scarce resources that they don't have and still losing it. But, well, as Olayomi said, don't be that gullible and fall into such pranks. Let me put it that way. A pyramid scheme of a sort. Well, when it's too true to be true, check it out. All right, then. It is Starr Radio UK. Any other stories making the round before we go to the social media platform? Over to you, sir.
Once again, a very good morning to those of you that are watching us from all over the world this morning as we continue, to say this is Starr Radio UK. It is your finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. And again, let's go straight, to the social media this morning to take a look at some of the news that is trending this particular morning on Nigeria, as we can say. Once again, if you like to follow us on Starr Radio, you can go to our, social media handles. You can also follow us on all our handles across the globe as well. And as we can say, the picture of our king that died in the Yoruba land is the one that we've just been able, to put behind us there. Like we say, may his gentle soul rest in perfect peace, and the family that he left behind, may they also continue, to be remembered for a very, very long time. So we're going to leave that picture for the benefit of those that were probably listening to us earlier, or they were unable to get they were unable to know who exactly this particular royal family or the king that we were talking about. So let me go straight to what is happening on the social media this morning. Quite a lot is happening. Let's go straight to this particular one. Again, coming from Simon Ekwa. At Simon_Ekwa, those persuading our Eastern Security Network to drop their aims so that Fulani terrorists will overrun our land like they are overrunning other parts of Nigeria are wasting their time. They have come to stay until Biafra is liberated from Nigeria. Let's take a little bit more. Neferati, there is no denying, and that is at first ladyship, there is no denying the fact that Peter Obi is the new poster child of politics in Nigeria, at least in the PDP and in the South. He's raising an army of woke-up young Nigerians who desire true change. It will be unwise for PDP to ignore its new political force. The dynamics have changed. There's a particular wildlife animal. You wonder whether it's been fed very well, according to at MAZI _Ogbonaya. I visited a wildlife in Jos where I saw these lions. They were tired to roar, and at least I can fight two of them and win. Nigeria happened to everything, including the lion in the zoo. The system has humbled the strong lion. I'll see if we can get the image of this lion while we just touch on the last part of this broadcast. Once again, if you're joining us, we say welcome to Starr Radio UK. So we go straight to Ilana Omo Oodua. Ilana Omo Oodua is the movement for the Yoruba self-determination. And at this particular week, they will be testing one of their court case that's coming up in Ado-Ekiti in Ekiti State, southwest of Nigeria. And that is the lion that we're talking about. Let's see if we can just get it a little bit positioned so that those of you that are watching us, will realize that when people say something happened to them or may Nigeria never happened to you, it looks like these lions, Nigeria has already happened to them, and we hope they will have enough energy to roar, as you might expect a lion to be. So that is the image, and I'm sure if this was in Europe, a lot of animal rights activists will probably be out there, discussing this kind of conversation. So this happened to this lion in one of the zoo back in Nigeria. Once again, let's quickly come back to the final update from Ilana Omo Oodua. Like I said, this particular week is a very busy week, but they had a tweet where there is this image of a carrier bag, as you might want to call it, with Osibajo 2023 on it. Is two of them. No, it's actually one, but the picture was taken in two different dimensions. The first dimension, again, let's see if we can get that image up quickly for the benefit of those that are watching us. The first image had, the beautiful image of Osibajo in front of him, and the other one had a bit of cash inside it. And the question a lot of Nigerians on that particular tweet said, and I quote, while I get the picture up, it says a pastor and a vice president, Professor Yemi Osibajo campaign team invited some political hallelujah to an event today. This was on the 22nd, shared 250,000 naira per delegate in attendance. This is one of the characteristics claiming the way they want to change Nigeria, reject these rogues and take over your nation. So let's just get those images up for the benefit of our listeners that are probably watching us as we speak. So the first image is exactly what you're looking behind, that have the logo of the vice president right behind me there, where it's a campaign carrier bag, but right there inside that there is what we can call a kind of 250 naira, 1,000 naira that has become a donation. And let's go and give you the second image. Then we will be able to expand that with our technical team that are working very fast on this particular broadcast this morning. So if you look right behind me, Mr. Archie, you will literally be seeing that there is a kind of money inside that, and I'm sure you can say it properly as well. So that, again, is 250,000 naira that is being shared among the political party that we know as, again, Osibajo 23 on top of it, but inside it is not a souvenir, it's 250,000 naira. So the next one, before we come back again to you in the studio at exactly 11:38, like I said, again, 28th of April is where the court case will be coming up where the 1999 Constitution that has become a talking conversation to a lot of people, including the Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Afe Babalola, that was saying yes, there is a problem with the Constitution, but he rather wants an interim government as well. Also, there's a lot of billboard of the Yoruba nation that is already being put across the Yoruba land in those that are saying they want a self-determination, which is a peaceful movement, just as those that are asking for that from the Biafra as well. So again, we give you the last image before we say coming back again to you in the studio. So that image has now flooded almost every part of Yoruba land. And as you can see behind me, this is now the billboard that is being put across, most part of Yoruba land high road, or the highway, like you might want to call it, that says the Yoruba. And what it reads on top of it says, Ile Olominira, Ile Yoruba, Yoruba Nation. And that is the message that is Yoruba Nation now. That is some of the billboard that has been put across to almost every part of the highway in Nigeria, as a lot of people are saying. And we're going to give, I think about almost 200 and something days before the election, or no election. But before we come back to you, we say, this is Starr Radio UK. If you're sending money home to your loved ones, remember to use SendWaves, where you can be able to get the money across to your loved ones in any part of Africa. My name is Olayomi Koiki. I'm going to come back again to you in the studio for the final part before we start winding down because of time constraint this morning.
Well, listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. Those of you who heard a police siren in the background, don't worry. It's not the police coming after Olayomi Koiki. It's my own producer there in the studio who is trying to test, make sure that everything is taken along nicely. Okay. Amayo says that scammers everywhere. Government scamming, citizens scamming citizens. Who is the master scammer? And it says 1999 Constitution is a scam. 1914 amalgamation is a scam. In fact, scam exists in every government parastatal in Nigeria. And then he finally says, pastor scammers, alpha scammers, traditionalist scammers, government master scammers. So everybody's a scammer. But my question is, now my statement or my advice is, if they are giving you all this money, yes, like what they've given in the nice bag, campaign bag, you take it. Okay? Yes, it's your money. You take it. But when it comes to the time of voting, vote against them. You vote against them. Next time, they won't do that. But, our people, some of them are not... they would think that, we have to take it and then make sure that we do so. Well, somebody say that is morality. But when you talk about morality, then you don't have to accept that. But it's all Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Before we run up, the lions, that's quite an interesting one. Are there animal rights or has government, the zoos in Nigeria, is there the department that looks into that? Are they actually in operation in Nigeria?
Well, it would have been nice if they were in operation. I'm sure more Nigerians are more skinner than these, so they will be more concerned about themselves before they can even be talking about the right of the lion that we can see in this image in a Jos museum somewhere in the up north of Nigeria. Again, it's not the first time we've seen such an image. The question is Nigerian really okay with a lot of people, not to talk about the animals itself? And why could we have such a powerful, strong king of the forest in this position is a question mark. That is the same thing happening to millions of Nigerians as we speak today.
Well, somebody will ask whether they are ill or they are hungry, whichever it is. They don't have people are looking at how to fend for themselves. Talk less animals. That's what they would say there. Now the final one on the Olamo Odua signs and those things that are in place. Listen, just bear with us. We are running up pretty soon. What has the government so far? I mean, they've released Sunday IGBOHO, and then so what has government said about it? Because you cannot just go erecting billboards everywhere, having a statement there on it, or so there could be government looking at no, we have to pull it down or something. What has been the reaction of government pertaining to that?
Well, so far we've not heard or seen whether those billboard has been pulled down. But yes, you might be expecting such to occur because definitely not all the government, are pleased, with what is currently happening. As we speak right now, the Osun State governor is already making his own case against the 1999 constitution that will be happening in his doorstep because he wants to contest for the second term. And if we say there's not going to be election and there's going to be a court case, that court case must be heard before the election can even go through at all. So yes, we still have a lot of the Yoruba politicians that still believe that, we can still continue with one Nigeria. But again, the others are saying it is time to hang the boots because we were a kingdom before the British Empire came in for the 400 years of the slave trade and then amalgamate Nigeria. A lot of people are now saying, let us de-amalgamate peacefully, but I'm not sure it's going to be peaceful because there's still a lot of row, just as, the leader of the Afenifere say, we played that last week, says, should there be no change of this constitution, there will be chaos. He was asked, what about those that are asking for self-determination? He did say, and I quote, I do not disagree with them, and I do not agree with them. He said they are secessionists. If you don't deal with this constitution, there will be secessionists.
Okay, so are they going to deal with the constitution or not? That is a question that's been asked. But Amayo says that Yoruba sovereign nation now, and budget for the zoo are being siphoned by scammers. I remember back back long time ago when I visited Nigeria. I went to I was taken to Ibadan after in Lagos for a few days, and then we visited Ibadan, and then I remember going to the Ibadan zoo, and I looked at it. I really loved it. I looked at the animals, the lions and stuff. But if you look at what is going on now, you look at what is happening in this state where lions are as hungry as whatever it is, then you ask yourself the question, which way Nigeria? Yomi, before you go.
Well, I'm just going to take 2 or 3 more comments from this part. Mrs. Comfort says, government cannot look after the citizens, talk less of the animals. Mr. Aziz Badeshe, all the way from Florida, says, Yoruba Kingdom now. Mr. Olatunja Officer says, forget about the vice president. It will soon drop out of the presidential race. He also said, according to our king that died, I hope Ifa will pick the right man as the new Alaafin of Oyo. We don't want a government of appointment. We say good morning to everyone that have joined us so far, and we say, from this note, I'll be coming back again same time tomorrow. But make sure you stay tuned because you still have Mr. Archie and the rest of the team. Linda, that will be coming all the way from Cyprus to give us all the latest news and update. But from me, I'll be back again with more news and update about Nigeria tomorrow at exactly 11 o'clock. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Let me say thank you very much to Mr. Olayomi Koiki. It is Starr Radio UK. Before we take the music, Shamsuddin Oladipupo. Okay, it says Yoruba Nation, we want a Yoruba Nation. We want Yoruba Nation now. They say they want Yoruba Nation now. And to every one of you who tuned in this morning to listen to us, we want to say thank you very much. Don't you go away. Enjoy this music, and I'll be bringing you other stories making the rounds from across the globe. Stay tuned.
Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Many years after independence.